What in the fuck are you doing, asshole? I nonchalantly asked the man next to me. Sorry? He stared blankly at me with a look in his eye that said, Help! I'm a soulless husk of a man! But with a mixture of pity. For me, for himself, perhaps both. I impatiently let out a sigh and leaned in closer to the man, my face mere inches from his. What in the fuck do you think you're doing? I politely said louder for the man to hear. I'm just... Well, spit it out, motherfucker! You're just what? The man shriveled up like a hard dick on a breezy December morning. And that was when I knew I had won. It's mid-December. I'm laying in my bed watching the dazzling spectacle that is the Christmas decorations of the house across the street. Who the fuck has the energy to put that many goddamn lights up? I chuckled to myself while shaking my head. Sire, it is currently 9:30 p.m. A gamer needs his rest. I stopped dead in my tracks and addressed the source of the sound. Did you just assume the gender of all gamers? What the fuck is your fucking problem, asshole? I sweetly cooed. There was a long silence, and then, My deepest apologies. As an ally of the LGBT, I should have been more aware of my verbiage, my liege. I deeply regret my word choice, and will work diligently to uphold the high standards gamers across the board set, no matter their creed, race, or gender. I smirked. The feeling of instilling fear in my phone was exhilarating. Yes, the voice was my phone. That's more like it. Now kneel and kiss the ring. I held out my hand and turned my head. I stood there for what felt like hours. Silence enveloped me like a lover's warm and tender embrace. I am a phone, sire. Phone timidly sighed. Well, Phone, what you did was wrong, but your ability to own up to your wrongdoing is a sign of responsibility, maturity, and a willingness to learn from your mistakes and grow as an app. This is a huge step for AI and our willingness to accept them as equals on the grand stage of sentience. I could feel my penis engorging itself greedily on my blood from the sheer authority I was radiating with each word, pounding against the formerly bigoted AI with the force of a runaway Mack truck flying down a hill. Sire, it is now 6 a.m. That's when it hit me. The chill of the wind slammed right into my stiff cock. Snap back. Hey, asshole, out of the way, I'm walking here! I'm bumped into from behind while idling near some bread at a local Walmart. I'm knocked out of my gluten-fueled daze long enough to process that I'd just been verbally and physically assaulted. My fight-or-flight instincts immediately kick in, and I proceed to choose the third option, as I'm a natural wild card and froze like a deer caught in headlights. Get out of my fucking way, asshole! I got shit to do! The cart pusher contemptuously spat the words at me in a way that ignited a dormant will to live, perhaps inherited by some distant Zulu blood warrior centuries ago, but I didn't exactly have the time to dwell on such trivial things. I'm rubber and you're glue. Whatever you say bounces off me and it sticks to you, I proudly declare, hands on my hips, and a shit-eating smirk proudly plastered on my face. If real life were a cartoon, you'd be able to see the steam erupt right out of this Dick Smoke's ears. I shit you not, but alas, real life isn't like a cartoon. Instead, you could see the stress veins pulsate almost neatly in the center of his forehead and near the lower left corner of his honestly beautiful hazel eyes. Just fucking move! 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 I proceeded to set my arms in a position akin to a T-pose in video games and waggle them around, mimicking the wave of water. You mean like this? I coyly asked. That's when the shooting started. It was that time of the month again. I retched and spat out a thick glob of snot mixed with saliva. It made a satisfying splat on the ground. I stretched and scanned my surroundings. Yep, I was definitely in hell. AJeM, what have you gone and done this time? I asked myself. I didn't answer. I didn't have time. I checked my watch. Shit! I said with a sigh. I don't own a watch. Like I said, I didn't have time. Sometime later, I found myself walking along the street of a bustling hell city, filled with the lowest dregs of society, gamers. Holy shit, AJeM, you ended up here? I turn abruptly at the sound of my name and size up a man about 26 with short brown hair, glasses, and a soul patch. Who the fuck are you, motherfucker? I demand after hoisting him up into the air by the collar of his shirt. Tell me now, motherfucker, I want answers. I want names! I slam him up against the wall of a hell building. What the fuck, man? The man stammered at me. It was futile. I was a man possessed by the fiery hot rage of 1,000 incels festering around hell's loathsome gutters. I was their vessel. I was their new beginning. Flashback about 5 years. I'm dancing at a club in Vegas. My moves were evocative of the lost tribe of Murendenshu's Remembrance Dance, maddeningly elegant in its masterful shading of somber and erotic elements. I was a shining star on the dance floor, oozing charisma and raw sexual energy. I cha-cha'd and mambo-slided my way into the arms of a lovely woman by the name of Bethany. Oh, Bethany. How I do ache and yearn for you. The love we made was passionate and the sex even sweeter. Imagine a satellite falling from orbit and slamming straight into a hole just deep and wide enough to accept its massive girth and velocity. That's how I would describe the sex. Flash forward back about 5 years. I'm holding a man I've never met up by the collar, and I have him up against a wall. In a flash of a moment, I'm completely studied my surroundings. Hell. I'm in hell. I shake my head slightly. I put the man down on the ground and put my hand out, to which the man slightly recoils from. The name's AJeM, friendo, put her there. The man shakily takes my hand in his before weakly saying, Seamus. What the fuck kind of a name is Seamus? Are you sure that's your name, asshole? I pat him on the back and he awkwardly laughs. This was the beginning of the worst day of either of our lives. So whose dick do I gotta suck for a shot of whiskey around here? I coyly asked Seamus as we set off down the street. Well, I don't really drink. What the hell do you mean you don't drink, pussy? I belly laugh and take his hand in mine. Listen, Seamus, I was caught in a debilitating moment of pure weakness. I had never felt such an electric connection before. I let go of his hand. Did we just Vulcan mind meld? I asked Seamus. He merely shrugged. Look, let's get fucking hammered. We're in hell, baby. Imagine what hell booze is like. Seamus nodded his head meekly. You know, Seamus, I think we're going to be good friends. I had friends once. It's the summer of 1969. My best gal Jenny and I are at the soda shop enjoying a malt with 2 straws. I brush her knee with the side of my hand and can feel the juices flowing on down her legs like a runaway snail. Holy moly, Jen, you sure are soaked, I say loudly for everyone to hear. She blushes demurely. Oh, AJeM, you're such a playboy. She swoons directly into my arms. The customers, staff, and passerbys all erupt into a cacophonous applause. I drop my best gal directly onto the floor as I quickly stand to wave at my adoring audience. I do 3 quick bows in 3 directions, blow kisses to the audience, and take one last big swig of the chocolate malt. Excuse me, are you AJeM? A man in military fatigues asks, interrupting my joyous celebration. What the fuck is it to you, pig? I politely ask, extending a hand. The man firmly takes it, nearly ripping my arm from the socket as he shakes. Name's Corporal Bradley, and you've just been drafted to Vietnam. Congratulations. They're coming out of the goddamn trees! Charlie's on my 6! My 6! George was having intense PTSD, so I attempted to comfort him. George, you're really bringing the fucking mood down on the entire base. Grow a fucking pair. It's just 50 dead Viet Cong. Big damn deal! I pat him on the back, offer my hand to him, and pull him up to his feet. Thanks, Brigadier General AJeM. You always know how to lighten the mood and bring us grunts back around to reality. I slap him on the ass, tell him to hit the showers, and that's when he was impaled with an arrow directly in the left eye socket. He never saw it coming, but then again, I didn't either. The end.